Hello my peeps, and welcome back to another episode of my Final Fantasy IX playthrough. In the last episode, we did actually go through and do a lot of the side quests that Disc 4, or basically after Terra has, been obliterated. We've been doing that from that point. And we've done actually a lot of them. We actually got a lot of trophies, which I'm really, really happy to see. But now I want to get one more. So I do need to go. I do need to actually go in the airship. Why in the airship? It's because we have to basically change our party. So one of the main things we want to do first is we want to get Dagger into our party. Am I going to actually do anything with Dagger? No, we just have to do it in order to kind of start this side quest, believe it or not. But then we go here, and we need to go back over here. Now, in the lower right-hand corner, you can see kind of a familiar face. Lonnie. That is the bounty hunter that, the Queen Beryl decided to send after us to try to get the pendant from Dagger. And the Queen at that time did not care if Dagger was harmed in any way. She just wanted the pendant. And of course, we first met her at the entrance of Fossil Rue before we got over into this continent. But we also saw her here in Maiden Sorry, right after we got Carbuncle from the Ifa tree. So we came back and found out that Lonnie was still wanting Dagger's pendant. But she also found here another stone that looked just like it, which I believe ended up being the memory earrings. I could be wrong, but that was what Lonnie stole from Aiko. She was just really, really upset about it. Of course, she ended up going to the Eidolon Wall, and Lonnie found her and kind of took her hostage in order for us to give the pendant to Lonnie. It didn't work out very well for her. And if you recall, Amarant was the one that actually saved Aiko, so that's really nice, right? I don't know. Okay, so I am turning off the fast forward because I want to go down here. Now, since I have Dagger in my party, Lonnie, not Dagger, but Lonnie will actually run away from you. But don't I want to talk to her? Yes, but in order to get her to say an extra line that we need, we had to do it. So you can't just come and have the party I'm going to show you, which is honestly going to be, switch party members, which honestly is just going to be Vivi, Freya, and Steiner. Again, I don't really want to have Aiko just in case it won't happen because you know, that was with that whole situation. But you also do not want Amarant because, well, she'll not really explain it, but she is going to tell you that she hasn't had the best luck, and the Moogles gave her kindness, which she's really appreciating. So let's go ahead and talk to her. Zidane, what are you doing here? Lonnie, I tried getting back to the Mist Continent, but Fossil Rue was blocked, and the Alexandrian fleet was destroyed before my eyes. I became so weak after wandering for days. Then the Moogles here, they rescued me. That's when I realized I've been so selfish all my life. Alright, go ahead and talk to her again. Lonnie, it's so wonderful living with the Moogles. I haven't thought about money once since I've been here. I think I'm glad I lost our last fight. And this is what you want Lonnie to say. You know, I saw some words that might mean something in the small room over there. And that's all she says. But she doesn't say that line if you haven't gotten her to run away. Okay. Zidane, there's something carved on it. Time moves forward once. Time moves backwards once. 9 is the last number. It is also the first. What? Zidane, movement of time. Well, you know, if it's talking about a clock, forward is clockwise, meaning to the right, and backwards is counterclockwise, meaning left. Okay, so what are we supposed to do with that riddle? Well, let's go ahead and see. So, as I said before, Dagger, well, at least I think I said, but Dagger, so Dagger was born here, and she lived at least her first 5 years here, and then the invincible, wreaked havoc. But anyway, so we're gonna come here. The reason why we want to come here is because once we do this, what I'm just about to do, which is a little tedious, but what we want to do is that we are trying to find out Dagger's true name, and as a bonus, Dagger's mother's name. Why aren't you fast forwarding? Because I need to make sure I listen for a ding. Ding. Okay, there it is. So we heard that. We need to go counterclockwise to the left. Alright, so we heard the ding. We need to turn around and go back. So yes, we're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Until we get a different ding, which is more like a sparkle. And it will give us a different message. So I will go ahead and fast forward until we get to that point. Okay. So this is the message that I was talking about. HP and MP restored. I didn't need it. Status effects removed. I don't think I had any status anything. Oh well. So, what I want to do now is I want to basically check around here because I want to get a message. Aiko, you are a treasure born to a dying village. We are dying, and there is little we can do for you. We shall return to the stars with one wish in mind. If legends are not born of eidolons, and eidolons but born out of legends, let us leave this place with one wish. If we can give birth to a legend, it shall create an eidolon that is friend and protector of humans. I think they're talking about Madoon. Is that Madoon or Medine? Oh man, I can't remember. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. So I am trying to find something. Aiko, my lovely child, until you turn 16 and have your own eidolon to your control, stay in this village. Then build strong friendships with others. I wish for your happiness from far away. So I wonder if one was from Aiko's mother and then the other from Aiko's father. We'll see. And this is something... No, that's not the one I'm looking for. And this is not the one I'm looking for either. I'm like, I remember this one. Nope, that's for Shiva. I am looking for one that is... This is where the fault lines collide. Listen to the planet's heartbeat. Breathe slowly and calm your mind. Let memories return to you. Memories shape time. Time overlaps. The overlap becomes our memory. Memories construct time. History repeats itself. We must stand in its flow and understand the world. Such is the goal of our tribe. What? Carbuncle, hiya! Fear not the power of summon magic, but the ones who use it. That's true. Greed and instability endlessly repeat old mistakes. Will omniscience set us free? Okay, come on. This information is yet to be confirmed, but there was an eyewitness account of a previously undiscovered Eidolon. It was witnessed in Estugaza. So I do kind of wonder if they were talking about Ark. Although you really shouldn't have seen it. Okay, sorry, there's more. If there is an Eidolon that can exist outside of our legends, our theory would no longer hold true. But maybe there are other tribes that have legends of their own. Alright. Come on, where is it? Okay, alright. So, I know you guys can't see this, but we just got a trophy. It's called Cracking the Code. That basically means that we uncovered the secret of the Eidolon Wall. No! This isn't it! Darn it! Where is it? No, that's my lovely child. And we did this one. Repeat. Okay, this is actually the one. So, we just got the trophy, Cracking the Code, which basically means we found the secret of the Eidolon Wall. What's the secret? Well, right now, you can't really see what it is. But it says, I survived the storm. I wonder if you two are okay. I see the two of you smile every time I close my eyes. I imagine I see you when I open my eyes. I have a mortal wound. I won't be able to wait for you very long. I regret being so unemotional for all these years. I'm writing down everything here in the hope that you'll read it someday. To my dearest wife, Jane, although we fought many times, and I may not have shown my affection enough, I love you very much. To my beloved daughter, Sarah, my life changed when you were born. You made me so happy. These are the things I want you to know. So this is the secret. So, to my beloved daughter, Sarah, Sarah is actually Dagger's real name, the one that she was given from birth. If you remember, Garnet was actually given by King and Queen of Alexandria, meaning Queen Queen Brahm. So, and I'm like, there's a whole story about the name Garnet and for the King and Queen of Alexandria, because that was actually the name of their own child, because they did actually have a baby. Unfortunately, she didn't survive. And so then when Dagger was found washed up on the shore, they did go ahead and adopt her, and they just gave her the name, meaning Dagger, the name Garnet. But yes, her true name is actually Sarah, and her mother's name is Jane. I kind of wonder what her father's name would have been, because this is very American sounding, or, English anyway. Yeah, so I'm like, was his name John? I don't know. But, yeah, so this is one of the last trophies we can easily get. So, yeah. Alright. So let's get out of here. Alright, maybe I have to slow it down so I can get out of here. Alright, there we go. So, believe it or not, this is pretty much it. uh, for the side quests and all that sort of stuff. So what does that mean we're gonna do now? Honestly, the remaining thing to do, because there are no more... Sorry, I'm just trying to get back to Choco. The things that we are able to do now, it should be that we go and, you know, go to the last... I'm like the last dungeon, I guess. But before that, there's really only 2 other side quests that we can do, but they have to do with actually beating 2 super bosses. And when I mean 2 super bosses, one is of course Ozma, who... I'm pretty sure I told you guys that I have fought Ozma before, and I remember the first time I fought Ozma, Ozma was so easy! Oh my goodness! It's so easy! And of course, with competition from my brother, he was like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. And so, you know, after I beat Ozma, I was like, oh, it's so easy. And then I tried to do it a second time. No, absolutely no. I was smushed. Smushed completely. And that's just how Ozma goes. Because Ozma could either try to just do a ton of status effects on you, or it could just decide to throw meteor at you. A lot. So, and with, I can't remember if it's meteor or comet, but one of the two. It's so, Ozma is so effective with that particular spell. Yeah. If Ozma wants to be mean, you won't be able to survive, no matter what you can do to prepare for it. So that's one. The second one is having Quina actually catch 99 frogs, because that's actually a trophy, and then immediately afterward, you have to fight Quail. And Quail is mean-ish. Mean meaning if you are not prepared, it Quail loves to throw status effects. So if you are not ready, if you just go in, yeah, you're not going to have a really good time. So those are the 2 bosses that really are going to be on our to-do list. But am I going to do that right now? No, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and try to level up, which is one of the reasons why I came back over here, in order to get Choco. Now, how am I going to do that? I am going to do it the long way. Yeah. Oy. What do you mean the long way? I'm so glad you asked. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head... Oh, I should have gotten on to... I'm like, I should have actually gotten into... oh, there it is. I can go ahead and go here. Nope, it doesn't have a forest, darn it. I'm like, I know there is one that has one. I just gotta find it. Not this one? Nope. Not that one. But another one that has chocobo tracks does... And I'm going the wrong way. Not that one. Sadly. And this one has that one, but that means that this one should actually... Yep, we have forest. Yay! That is not what I meant to do. Darn it. I think I'll walk on food. Okay. Why did I come here? Because I need to actually do everything in Degorio. So, let's go ahead and we'll just get off here. Oh no, let's go on and... Okay. So, what I am going to look to do... I guess it would have been nice if I would have brought my airship. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and get my airship. Why? It's because if I'm going to be doing leveling up, of course I'm not going to just do this one set of party members. I am probably going to go ahead and do... I am probably going to do a couple rounds. Now, I don't know if I will get all of my party members to 99, because honestly, I don't really want to have to worry about... Just 1 second. It's really loud. Oops. Goreo, there we are. I can't see anything. Okay. So I'm basically parking the exact same place I did with Choco. Because what I'm going to do... Now there are a lot of different ways that you can do this. Me personally, what I'm going to do, is now that I'm thinking about it, I need to change my party members. I am going to go with Quina. I want to have Aiko. And I think I do want Freya. Now, what I will probably do, once I level up all of these 4 characters, what I need to do is I'm going to go ahead... I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. But I will set up another 3 members and go ahead and level them up. Since I would have to then do a 3rd round, meaning with just 1 person needing to be leveled up to 99, I just don't know if I want to do that. But I also don't know if I'm going to have Dagger level up or I'm going to have Amarant level up. Why would you want to level up Amarant? Honestly, because he has had so much stuff inflicted on him. And there is actually a trophy that's called a clean bill of health, and you have to have a single character affected by all status ailments, both good and bad. So yeah, I think Amarant has actually had quite a bit put on him, just because I didn't really care if he had, you know, things that would actually make it so then he could not have certain things on him. I hope that makes sense. So now what I want to do is I am going to go ahead... I'm like, I should have unequipped everyone. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play around, and I'll bring you back with the equipment that I'm going to be putting on all of them. But I think I forgot to take off everything, so yeah, I need to go ahead and do that before I start doing this. So, I will be right back. And I'm back, you guys. So, as you saw, I have Zidane, Quina, Aiko, Freya. Now, I do believe that this is going to be the 4 characters that I'll be taking to kind of... I'm like, I don't know if both, but definitely for Quail, I'm definitely will be taking this party there. Mostly because Zidane, he has thievery all the way up. Quina, well, with Quail you have to have Quina, or else you never get the actual boss battle. Aiko, healer. Freya, she's also someone that will be able to do the Dragon Crest, which will do damage. Not at max damage yet, although hopefully we'll be able to take care of that now. But I was going to show you guys what I actually did go ahead and equip. Basically, for Zidane, just as what was I looking for, because, you know, these stats don't really look that good, and why on earth is my magic so high? Sorry, what I am looking to do for Zidane, well, honestly, for any character in Final Fantasy IX, you do want to watch the spirit. You want to try to get that spirit up as much as you can. Why? It makes a difference in regards to how quickly the auto regeneration, the regen, will actually work. So if you have a very high spirit, it'll be real quick. you know, it's gonna go at a nice, you know, beat, and that's also if you're level 99. So if your spirit stat is really high, then you will just be doing not only a little bit higher, you know, regen amount, meaning instead of like 200, it'll be more like 400, but it just makes it so then it's going to be better and quicker. So, of course, that's what I want to do. So, again, for everybody, you want to make sure you do kind of focus on spirit and getting that up as high as you can. Now, don't you want to just... Shouldn't you have started this at level 1 and have everybody only at level 1? Yes, of course, that would have been smart to do, but then I wouldn't have been able to show you guys pretty much everything. It is something that when you are looking to get the Excalibur 2, then that's a great time if you're like want to challenge yourself. Make it so then you actually get to basically the end of the game at level 1 with all of your characters. I truly applaud people like that. I don't know if I can do it. But with a Excalibur, you're just running and dashing. You can't actually take the time to, let's do the cut and rope trick like 20 times. Yeah, do you know how long that takes? Anyway. But, yeah, sorry, I got on a bunny trail. So with Zidane, not only spirit, but the other things I wanted to make sure to try to look at and try to increase is going to be speed and strength. Speed, I don't know how much it's really going to affect how quickly he is going to be able to get his next turn for the ATB stuff, but it's just one of those things where usually, especially with Zidane and being a thief, you always want to look at speed to get that higher, and of course strength because he is a physical damage character. Speed is also something you want to make sure that you're aware of, because if I wasn't doing 9,999 damage from thievery, I could actually increase the speed and get it to a little bit higher, but I've been stealing from everyone I've come across, so it's one of those things. Since I'm already there, I don't really have to focus on speed, especially since I have the auto haste. It's one of those things where at this point, I don't know how much speed that will actually, I'll be able to see a difference for Zidane, because again, I'll have the auto haste on him, which will make it faster anyway. But yeah, but again, those are the two, like, other than spirit, speed and strength, because strength, yeah, you just know why it's going to do that. And so I did go ahead and go for this one, the Orichalcon, because that helps out with speed. As you can see, the Green Beret does do speed and strength, which is good. Those are the things that I want. And the Enkai Armlet, while not the most beneficial armor, it does actually, as you can see, give 2 spirits, which is good. That's actually, 1 is kind of average, and then 2 is actually really good. 3 is like amazing. But anyway, so actually I was just talking about amazing. So the Dark Gear actually gives spirit a +3 bonus. And then the Rebirth Ring, because that also gave quite a bit of spirit as well. So yes, that's what I did. Now Quina, core spirit, lots and lots of spirit, and surprisingly enough, you want to go ahead and also focus on magic. Why? A lot of the blue magics that Quina is able to do does rely on their magic stat. So I wouldn't think so, because I just normally just want to, conk them over the head with a fork and be done with it. But remember, for Quina especially, the physical attacks is very random. It's going to be either really high, really low, or kind of meh. So yes, it's just one of those things where I don't think I would actually bother with strength. Did I actually get strength there? Yeah, a little bit, but again, I was more focusing on, of course, spirit and then magic. So Bistro Fork, there's nothing, there's no weapon that Quina has that will actually assist in any of the stats. So, didn't matter what that was. So, I did do the Holy Mitre, which as you can see, that did magic and strength, which is just perfect. And it did the Spirit up 2, which is even better. The Enkai Armlet, we saw this on Zidane, which will actually give 2 points to Spirit. And then the Robe of Lords, that's just an all-around good cloak for any of the magic users. So as you can see, it actually does increase all of them. Not extremely good, but it's 1 point to speed, strength, magic, and spirit. Are there other ones that are good? But yes, but this is a really good, it's increasing everything, so I'd rather just do that. Dark matter, so that actually ups the strength and the magic stat. Now, when I was looking, I really didn't see one. I mean, there's one that does 1 point there, but I was looking for something that did plus on others. Although this coral ring, maybe I'll do that, because that does give 2 points to spirit. So yes, the way I figured this one out, I was just going down and seeing, you know, did it plus it, did it minus it? And again, this one's a good all-around one. It will do strength, magic, and also spirit. I know you can't really see it, but it does. Maybe I'll... I'm like, I don't know if I want to do the glass buckle or not. Yes, let's go ahead and do it. Because if I just go in here, as you can see, it did up the strength, magic, and spirit. So I will go ahead and do this one. Okay. So for Aiko, you do want the magic racket. It is not the best attack value, but it actually does power up magic. And of course Aiko, spirit, of course, but it's going to be magic that you're really going to want to get that up. So magic racket, it, you know, does 2 to magic. Holy Mitre, you saw that one was magic and spirit. And the magic armlet, this one actually does do +2 in magic, which is great. Robe of Lords, you already saw this one, it gives +1 to everything, and so yes, it's just a good one. And then I did the Pearl Rouge. Now why in the world did I do that? Because it did magic and it also does spirit. So that's really, really good. Alright, although should I give that to Quina? That is a lovely, lovely question, because I know I have more than one. Where did it go? No, that's the promise ring. Why don't I have more than one of the Pearl Rouge? Oh, actually, Quina might not be able to actually equip it. Never mind then. Okay, so for Freya. So of course Spirit, but for Freya, Spirit is actually the best you can go ahead and really focus on. Now, of course, I could also do Strength, because for Freya, she is, for me, more of a physical character, but since Freya can use that Dragon Crest, I really don't have to worry about it. But let's go ahead and see what I did. So Freya is also another person whose weapon does not assist in any stat growth. So, alright, so I did the Barbet. So why on earth did I do that? Because that is one of the weakest ones. It's because it gave +2 to Spirit. That's it. That's all I got. And then we did have, for the Dragon Wrist, we did up Spirit. Although now I'm wondering if I should also try to do... Although this one does Strength and Magic, I still want to really focus on Spirit. The Carabini Nail, that one's nice because it does up Speed and also Spirit. Glass Buckle, we already know this one. It gives just +1 to everybody. And I don't want to look at the Pearl Rouge because that will do Magic and Spirit. I don't want that. Okay, so that is everybody. So, is this the best equipment? No, you guys can do, of course, whatever you wish, but this is what I'm going to go for because, like I said, I was going for very specific stat that I was looking to actually increase. So, now, what am I actually doing here? That's a great question. So, the thing about this area, as long as you are not in the forest, the only enemy that you will actually come across, and this is not this is not the same uh, everywhere on the map, but here you'll only actually encounter grand dragons. Grand dragons? But but haven't you? Yes, we have come across this, and so there's a lot of different ways that you could do this. Of course, I could just attack, but the dragon will then attack. So I really want to get this done quick. So, of course, how I did it the last time is I just had Quina use her level 5 death. Sorry. But yeah, that's all I had to do. And Aiko leveled up. Now, this is really where I do suggest you go ahead and level up, but you could also go to Fairy Island, where we were able to find the friendly Yan, and if you run around there, you can actually come across the just regular Yans, and you can find anywhere from 1 to 3 in a single battle. Why am I mentioning them? They're still very mean, and so I don't really like them, but they are pretty much the only enemy that we'll be able to find now that will actually cast virus. And we've talked about this before, but virus, that makes it so someone who has been inflicted with virus, they won't earn any AP or experience points. Well, where do they go? They will actually go to any other character that's 1, alive, and 2, doesn't have virus on them as well. So, just by doing that, okay, Zidane got virused, which he did. I'm like, a couple episodes, but it does, wear off after a time, especially if you're doing tense and all that sort of stuff. But what that will do is, like in this party, since if Zidane has virus on him and we do the ground dragon, then the other 3, Quina, Aiko, and Freya, they would actually, instead of it being split 4 ways, it's now split 3 ways. Well, if I go and I get the Yan and they can do everybody, or everybody but 1, then that would mean whatever, so let's say 3 of them were actually virused. So that would mean all of the experience, all of the AP, although it's not like it doubles or anything, all of the AP would actually just go to that single character. So that does mean you will level up way, way quicker. Am I going to do it that way? That would be the smart thing to do, but I'm not going to do it because that's how much I am afraid of Yans. So that means instead of it taking like maybe an hour, hour and a half to go ahead and do this, I am probably going to take 4 or 5 hours. With that being said, I won't actually show you guys the whole process because I don't want to be that mean, but I will definitely bring you guys back once I have actually gotten these 4 all up to 99. Now, of course, when I'm looking to do the new batch, I have to use Zidane. Yeah, I have to use Zidane. So that does mean I will be able to get 3 more people that need to level up to 99 and go ahead and do that. But then I still have the 8th member of my party. I still have to do that. Like, will I actually make it to 99 with everybody in my party? Meaning all 8 characters? I don't know, because by the time I get to, the 7 that I want to have, that I might actually use in the future, all I can say is, yeah, it's going to be a while, because like I said, this is probably going to take 10 to 12 hours of me just running around and getting into fights with the Grand Dragon. So, yeah. But yeah, like I said, that's kind of the questions hopefully I'll have answered or at least answered to myself. We'll see. But like I said, I'm going to do at least 2 rounds. Basically, I will get 7 of my 8 characters all the way up to 99. But what I will come back and do is, like I said, once I get all of these 4 completely up to 99, I will go ahead and bring you guys back. Although, as a warning, there is actually a trophy that you can get. And that trophy is called End of the Road, and that you just have to attain the level 99 with at least 1 character. So, will I get that? Yes, I will. I won't be able to really show it to you guys, other than the fact that, hey, at least one of my characters is 99, or hey, all 4 of my characters are 99. We can definitely go ahead and do that. Although I should really make sure. I still want the auto regen. I'm not really going to have Master Thief or like Man-Eater, but what I do want to do is I do want to go through and make sure I have level up on everybody. Because, why? Campbell Defense raises defense occasionally. Alright, fine. But I do want to make sure that everyone has level up. Although, I don't know if I do need to have... I'm on the wrong thing. I don't think that there is actually anything that anyone can learn right now with what they have. I don't even think they have anything to learn. Alright, so I will make sure that everyone has level up. I will also make sure to take off anything that has to do right now with the the ability up. So then I can actually, at least for Zidane, I'll actually put it on for something else. I really don't have anything that I do need to protect from, because really the Grand Dragon just has Thunder, which, you know, is not a status effect. But yeah, so I will go ahead and do that. But yeah, I will see you guys in just a moment with an update, hopefully. Alright, I will go ahead and... Yep, I will see you guys in just one moment. Alright, you guys. Guess what the next character that I got... So I haven't done anything, honestly. I was just running around trying to get into an attack, and we got the Gimme Cat. Now it says, give me a diamond, meow. Now, that sounds like a friendly monster. But if you could hear the music does not change. It is a regular battle... it's a regular battle noise and everything like that. So what you're gonna do is you want to go ahead and just go ahead and attack it. And yeah. It doesn't give really good experience. Yes, it gives 3 experience. So I guess if you guys were trying to actually do a low level, this would be a great one in order to be able to get all your abilities up. But if you're at level 1, you would not be running around here, quite honestly. So, anywho. Alright, I just wanted to share that, because you don't want to give them a diamond. They'll just simply laugh at you and then run away. So, not very nice. Okay, like I said, I just wanted to show you guys that. Alright, you guys, I am finally back. It's been days and days, honestly. So I left in, like, when I was only, like, 50, you know, 53, 51, 41, 43, around there, for all of these characters. That was, and also the game time was 72 hours and, like, 30 minutes. Now I'm at 85 and 38. It took so long. So I have to eat my words about not going and getting the Yan to cast a virus on me. I was like, after like 6 hours, like my party members had only gotten like up to 80. Yeah, so I went and I fought some Yans, and yes, so I did do a lot of that. So much so... Sorry, I need to get into my airship, so then I could actually go and take a look at all of my other party members. And... No, stop it. So, all of my characters are at level 99. All of them. I wasn't sure if I was going to go ahead and do Amarant, but what I basically did is I had Zidane and Quena both virused, and then Aiko and Freya got to the level 99 just because I had them be the ones that weren't focused or didn't have virus, and it was one at a time. But then I just kind of grabbed two other members, and then I had that one level up, and then the other level up. So did I go back to the Ans each time? And yeah, so it was a lot. But like I said, I got everyone to level 99. Now, I did go ahead and equip my party members with basically what I was hoping to do. Although I guess I should really show you guys. So Zidane, his hit points is now in the 7,000s. Now, would it be better if I had done a really low level characters, and then once I basically got here to then go ahead and really use those equipment that will really boost my power? The answer is definitely yes, but I didn't really do a low-level game. I didn't look to actually level necessarily, but I did at times definitely go ahead and go through and level up more my skills and abilities rather than actual levels. But of course, when you're doing that, then you kind of level up anyway. So I was able to do that. So with Aiko, her magic is now at 82, which is really, really good. So that does mean that she will be doing magic quite well. Now for Freya, I did like some of them were really hard because, as you can see, Zidane, Aiko, and Freya all were able to have Spirit of 50. Although it also helps that I'm adding it because of what I have basically on as their equipment. So yeah. Although I will go ahead probably and bring back in both Steiner and also Dagger as well, because they will be having abilities or skills that they will need to go ahead and learn. Now, I will pretty much go ahead and wrap this one up, meaning this episode, just because I don't really want to start anything, because what I really want to do in the next episode is actually go ahead and fight a couple, one if not both of the special bosses that you can do, meaning Quail and then also Ozma. I don't know if I will be able to go ahead and go through both of them, just because Ozma... that Ozma's just mean and likes to cheat. So I, of course, will have, I'll make sure I have everything equipped that I need, all the skills that will help me not get, help me through the battle. But Ozma can do 2 comets and completely kill my entire party. And sometimes it might actually only be 1 comet that needs to kill my party. So yeah, it's just one of those things that sometimes Ozma is just mean, and there's no way for you to actually be able to defeat it. But sometimes it's not a problem. So I don't know, basically what I'm saying is I don't know how many times I will have to fight Ozma in order to defeat it. But yes, I am planning to go ahead and do that. But that won't be until next episode, because this one's gone a long time. And I'm also thinking, I'm trying to figure out if I want to because we're getting to the final area, I don't know if on the side if I am going to go ahead and try to do a second game that will actually make it so then I can get the Excalibur 2, so then I can actually try to get as many trophies as I can, because right now there are about 5 of them that I'm not going to be able to get because I did not do some of them, and I'll go over that a little later too. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It was a lot off screen than it was on screen, but again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And have a really great day, whether it is morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you guys. Just have a really great one. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!